It's 11 a.m. and it's already starting. I don't even know if I'm writing this correctly. I can't see. So it turns out I was wearing this the wrong way and my roomie had to show me how to do it. Definitely feels weird. Feels like it's too big for my face, so it keeps going up into my eyes and kind of blinding me. But there's supposed to be like a wiring here that you can adjust to your nose, but it's still not working. We're very fortunate that one of my roommates has a friend who lives in China, so she mailed us some masks that she had left over. So very glad to have one, but it is weird. I am not used to it, but I have been seeing more and more people in my neighborhood wearing them. It feels like I'm in a rundown town because so many buildings and stores are closed, and it's kind of eerie. I'm not good at filming inside stores and I really don't like it, so let me set the scene for you. Oh, I'm out of breath. Oh god, I'm out of breath wearing this thing. So when you go inside a grocery store or a pharmacy, they have these glass shields in front of the cashiers. Pretty sure they're made of plastic, but it's to block the cashiers from the customers so you don't, transmit anything. It's the nice little barricade there. My friends back home in Pennsylvania actually told me about these things a week prior to me seeing them here in New York. And I was very surprised that the suburbs seemed more prepared than New York City. But eventually we got them. It's necessary, but it is weird to talk to somebody behind a glass plate, so to speak.
When it comes to how much NYC has changed for me personally, my life hasn't changed, but it's also changed drastically. I'm used to staying inside my apartment for days, but I also had the freedom to leave and go outside whenever I wanted to. Now, I have to be more thoughtful and calculating about going outside. I also have to think about what I do now, like come into the apartment, wash my hands, wipe down my groceries, and wash my hands again. Today is April 8th and Broadway announced that it is not going to reopen until June 7th, which knew that was going to happen. There's no way it was going to reopen April 13th, which was the original plan. I honestly don't think that I will be going back to work until September though. That's how I'm seeing it.
I've actually never heard this before, but that's people clapping for the medical staff. Huh, that's pretty cool.
I don't know why, but being outside in the daytime just feels very surreal. It's so weird, but it's pretty. It's actually nice to see that. I am at a point right now where I do feel very bored and I am restless. So right now my outlet is making photos on Instagram. Oh, I dropped a flower. I'm never taking this crown off ever.
If I've taken anything away from this experience so far, it's how important mental health is and how important it is to take care of your mental health. I feel like I'm getting these glaring signs and messages about how necessary it is for me to take care of myself and to do whatever I can to keep myself intact and not fall apart. And what I unfortunately realize from this pandemic is that I just have a lack of structure in my life, which I have known. I have known that since I quit my job. I just lost all of that structure and I've been flailing about ever since. And I know I've mentioned it on this channel before. But now more than ever, it's so glaringly obvious. My schedule, my days are just fucked. I don't sleep and I don't get up until at least noon. I do nothing. I try to keep myself active and then I just end up staring at my phone for hours on end, being on YouTube for hours on end. And this past week has been so hard for me. I finally reached that point of just blowing up, of being so angry and frustrated by everything that's going on, and wondering if this is how life is going to be much longer than anybody anticipated. Like the fact that this could last a year or 2 years. What the hell? What am I going to do? What are a lot of people going to do? So I guess it's time to figure out some sense of structure and normalcy for me, because the way that my life has been for the past month is not going to benefit me moving forward at all. It's not benefiting me now. Oh my gosh. Today was a huge achievement. I managed to get out of bed at like 11:30 a.m. 30 minutes before noon, but it was still before noon. It's taking its toll. And I guess I didn't expect that to happen. I thought, life would be mundane for me. And that this would be something that I would be used to, because I have been used to my entire life just sitting at home alone, not doing anything. It's very easy when you're an introvert and you don't really have friends. It does feel like being trapped. The hardest thing about all of this is how much time I have and how much I would rather fill it, because the thought of being alone in silence with my thoughts is so uncomfortable and so unnerving and so scary. And I think it's that way for a lot of people, having too much time on your hands and having to think. Incidentally, I was talking to one of my work friends earlier today about this very thing, and he said to me that he was talking to a friend of his about, all of this, and they both agreed that this is the universe's way of making us sit with all of the emotions and feelings that we didn't realize were there, and then having to deal with them. And I do think that's true. For me personally, I can see that being true. I've refused to deal with anything about myself. I have refused to confront the things that I need to confront. I just keep pushing them away. I keep avoiding them. Now I'm given all the time in the world to deal with my crap, and I still keep trying to find ways to avoid them. So this is how life has been for me so far. I hope that you're okay. I hope that you're getting by as best as you can. I hope that you're still hanging on. So take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.